Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's episode is going to be my January update for my Dungeons & Dragons Project Pan. So if you want to see if anything is going to be rolling out, what happens to the characters in our story, and if I'm rolling anything in, well then sit tight, we're going to jump right into it. My name is Marie and I am a beautiful mess. Here on my channel, I like to do a lot of project panning content, eyeshadow content, and really any other kind of makeup content that I can think of. So sit back, relax, and come on a magical makeup journey with me. So first and foremost, I would like to apologize for my voice. I am still recovering from getting the flu. I am feeling much better, but my voice is still a frog. So ribbits. I am a couple days late with this update and I didn't want to be any later, so here's the croaky. So like I said, this is going to be my January update, which is update number 3 already for my Dungeons & Dragons Project Pan. This project is a fantastic ladies collab and was created by Alicia Julian, also known as Wonder in Alleyland. This project does update on the 15th of every month and runs from October 15th of 2023 through, I believe, October 15th of 2024. So the premise behind this project is there are 5 prompts and they all correspond to things that you would find in Dungeons & Dragons. To recap the products that were in for this past month, let's start with the list and work our way down. So prompt number 1 corresponds to race, and last time I rolled in Dragonborn, which is a product with an embossing or print on it. So I did choose this right here. This is my Essence the Blush in the shade 70 Believing, if I can get it open. Very nice shade for winter. This was in for 2 updates. I roll a d20 to see how many uses I'm going to be getting on each project. And the d20 had told me that I was to use this blush 16 times. The first month it rolled in, I only wore it twice. So I have 14 more uses to go on this. And makeup usage has ramped up, ladies and gentlemen. She's back. I was able to hit my goal of using this 14 more times. So she is loved, she is used, and I love this blush. It makes me want to explore other colors in this line when I need blush 10 years from now. So this is gonna be rolling out. Product number 2 is for class, and last time I rolled in Bard, which corresponds to a music-themed product. The only music-themed product I had in my collection was this. This is my ColourPop Color Stix, and this is in the shade Warm Up. So that is what it looks like. When I rolled the d20, it told me that I needed to use this 13 times. It has been in for 2 months, and during the first month, I was only able to use it 7 times, leaving me with 6 more times to go for this month. And originally I was just using this as a shadow stick. I hadn't been able to wear makeup for a while, so when I could start to wear makeup again, all I wanted to do was put my eyeshadow palettes. And I got a wonderful suggestion from Nikki Pearson. Love her suggestions. She's good at suggestions on how to use this a little bit differently. And she suggested to use this as an eyeliner. And it worked wonderfully, and I was able to get the rest of my uses on this. So this is also going to be rolling out this month. Who am I? Prompt number 3 is a place to travel to, and last time I rolled in Tomb of the Lost, which corresponds to a makeup item that you've forgotten about. So I chose my Lethal Cosmetics gel eyeliner in the shade Entity. I forgot about this guy so hard that it became hard in my collection. I have been able to revive it with Duraline when I want to use it, and I love using this eyeliner for ethereal looks, which I'm prone to do in the wintertime. The D20 told me I only had to use this 4 times. This is the second month that it has been in the project. During the first month, I was able to use this 3 times, so I only had 1 more use to go on this, and I was able to use it that 1 time. Amazing! So this is also going to be rolling out. Product number 4 corresponds to a monster or a person that crosses your path. And last time I rolled in Commoner, which corresponds to a drugstore product. I decided to roll in my Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift. It has become one of my favorite mascaras. The D20 told me that I had to use this 8 times. And I did hit that goal. I, in fact, surpassed that goal because I realized there wasn't much left in here. So I was like, I'm gonna use it up. So I used this 19 times since the last update, kind of ignoring some of my other mascaras, but I was okay with it because not only is this a rollout, but this is also an empty in my collection. And last but not least, product number 5 is an item to help you on your journey. And I had rolled in the bag of holding, which corresponds to choosing a product from the largest category in your makeup collection. For me, that is eyeshadows. And I chose my Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in the shade Strapless. And the D20 told me that I needed to use this 18 times. This has been in the project for 3 months. As you can see, I have completely used it up. I'm super excited about that. In the first month that it was in the project, I was able to use this 3 times. In the second month it was in the project, I was able to use it 7 more times. And then this month I was able to use it 8 more times, using it as an eyeliner in conjunction with the ColourPop color sticks, and was able to not only roll this out, but use this up. So this is a rollout as well. And you're out of my collection. So 5 rollouts this month, which means we get a full project refresh. Let's see what was randomly chosen for me by the panning gods and what products I chose to roll in for this project for this coming month. So product number 1, which corresponds to race, which race and class, the products number 1 and 2 are linked together. So you need to finish both your goals for both prompts to be able to roll in new things for both of those prompts. Since I have a full project refresh, I get to do that. So what was randomly chosen for me was human, and that corresponds to in it for the long haul. So unfortunately, we're not going to see a new character in our project anytime soon. What I decided to roll in for the long haul was this blush right here. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Parte. And as you can see, I have pan on it. I'm going to see how long it's going to take me to use this up. I figure that's a long haul goal. This is a long haul item, and until I get this done, there will be no more new characters in this project. Can I do it before the project ends? We're gonna find out. I think I can. I think I can do it. I'm gonna track the weight on this while it's in this project with us. So this is starting off at 18.10 grams. Prompt number 2 is for class, and I rolled in Barbarian, which is a product that gives you strength. And I thought about this, and there was only one thing I could choose. This is my Becca Times Smashbox Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I'm not using it as a corrector. I have been using it as a concealer. This is the only thing lately that has been working on my under eyes and not making them look like the Sahara deserts. So let's go to the D20 and see how many times I'm gonna have to use this in this month. Rolling for the Becca Times Smashbox Under Eye Color Corrector. What will we get? 1, Just one. One time? Well, you're going to be rolling out, and I won't be able to roll a new character in. I better finish up that Tarte blush really quickly. Prompt number 3 is a place to travel to, and what was randomly chosen for me was the Hometown Tavern, which corresponds to a food-themed item. I decided to roll in my Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Gummy Bear. I have yet to use this gloss, and kind of excited to do it. Let's go to the D20 and see how many times I'm going to be using this month. How many times will I get to use the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Gummy Bear? Hopefully more than one. Ooh, okay, I asked for it. 18. 18 uses. Okay, I definitely feel like I can get to know this shade a little bit with an 18 use goal on it. Prompt number 4 corresponds to a monster or person to cross your path. And what was randomly chosen for me was a mimic, which corresponds to a dupe or similar product. I decided to roll in my e.l.f. O-Face Satin Lipstick in the shade Dirty Talk because I have heard that these are a dupe for the NARS lipsticks. So I thought this would be really pretty underneath the Gummy Bear lip gloss, which I forgot to swatch for you. Let's do that now. I thought that these two would go very nicely together and be great for the winter time and for Valentine's Day. And I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong at all. Let's go to the D20 and see how many times I'm going to be using this product this month. Rolling for the e.l.f. O-Face Satin Lipstick in the shade Dirty Talk. How many times, D20? How many times? 12. If it'll focus. 12. Okay, 12 uses. Not as long as the Lifter Gloss, but that's okay. I got that. And product number 5 is an item to help you on your journey. And what was randomly chosen for me were the Gloves of Thievery, which corresponds to a product you got from a friend as a gift or in PR. So I decided to roll in this. This is the Tarte Sugar Rush Lash Smoothie Mascara, and I got this as a free gift with purchase. I've yet to try this, so don't know what my thoughts are on it, but you guys know how I feel about Tarte, so I kind of want to just use this up and get this out of my collection. But let's go to the D20 and see how many times I'm going to be using this month. And last but not least, the Tarte Sugar Rush Lash Smoothie. D20, what will you say? 9. Okay, 9 uses. That's definitely doable. I am okay with that. So with that being said, it's story time. Let's recap where our characters were last time we left them. So we have Edwina, who is a rogue elf who was making her way home through the Forbidden Forest from another adventure when she came across a gelatinous cube, which she dispatched and found Valderin, a dragonborn bard, inside of him because he had just been absorbed. She saves him, heals him, and he tells her that he is on a journey to find a new magical musical instrument and hears that he could find one in the Tomb of the Lost. So as they're making their way to the Tomb of the Lost, they hear some rustling in the forest, decide to hide, and realize that it's a beholder that has come across them. As they look at each other and say to themselves, what are we gonna do? A commoner stumbles across the beholder out of the woods lost. So what's gonna happen to these characters? Well, let me tell you. That commoner was no ordinary commoner. It was a barbarian named Barabbas. He takes one look at the beholder, draws his warhammer, and says, yep, let's go. So he attempts to dispatch the beholder and is doing a pretty good job at it. And Edwina and Valderin are looking at each other like, what is happening here? The beholder knowing better than to stick around and be dispatched by the Barbarian, decides to run off. The Barbarian turns to look at where Edwina and Valderin are hiding and says, "You can come out now," which they do. He introduces himself, and Edwina and Valderin thank Barabbas for saving their lives. And the only thing that Barabbas says, slinging his warhammer over his shoulder, is, "Well then, buy me a drink." So they head to the next town and go to the hometown tavern. There, Edwina and Valderin tell Barabbas about the journey that they are on. Without being asked, he says, "All right, I'll tag along with you." The Tomb of the Lost is no place to be playing around, and you guys might need me. Barabbas' only condition for going with them is that Valderin can have his magical musical instrument, but Barabbas gets any other treasure that they come across, and Edwina and Valderin agree. As the trio leave the bar, Edwina notices a pair of gloves on the bar top, looks around, doesn't see an owner, and picks them up, not realizing that they are the gloves of thievery. So the trio make their way to the Tomb of the Lost. They make it there. The first treasure chest that they come across, Barabbas goes to open and then quickly realizes is a mimic. What will become of the trio with the mimic? Will Valderin find his magical musical item? And will Edwina realize that the gloves she's found are really the gloves of thievery? Tune in to next episode to find out. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today, ladies and gentlemen. You know I always love when you do. Don't forget, if you like what you see, to hit that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. It lets YouTube know that you like my content and that other people with the same interests as you will like my content too. Thanks again, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye, everybody.